last match day for Group B. Both teams eliminated. No option for Trinidad and Tobago to catch up with Jamaica, even if Curacao is able to beat them. Curacao would go straight into the World Cup. Jamaica would have to wait to see if they make it into the Interconfederation playoffs, but they have 10 points, 4 more than Trinidad and Tobago. They are eliminated from the World Cup. We'll see Bermuda, great effort to make it into the third and final round of qualifying. Unfortunately for them, no points during qualifying. No points, so 0 points with 5 losses in 5 games. For Trinidad and Tobago, 1 win, 3 draws, and 1 loss. It was a good qualifying for them. Unfortunately, Curacao and Jamaica just got the difference, and of course, it was a very difficult game for them last time out. Remember that Trinidad and Tobago earlier in this international break, unfortunately for them, couldn't get the win, and that took them out of contention getting the draw versus Jamaica, which in the other hand gave Curacao the lead of the group, but that put them out of contention for the World Cup. Unfortunately, it's a difficult game versus Jamaica. They did their best, and now just trying to close out the qualifiers with their heads up and with a win at home with a crowd that has been supporting them for the entirety of the qualifiers. That is what's happening over in our group, Group B. Group A, led by Suriname, they go into this match day with the World Cup slot. Panama in second with the same 9 points goal difference has Suriname in first. Guatemala and El Salvador eliminated, unfortunately, with 5 and 3 points over Group C. Honduras leading with 8 points via goal difference, a +3 for Honduras. Haiti in second with a possible berth for the Interconfederation playoffs with the same 8 points, also behind, only in goal difference. A reminder that the 3 winners of our group stage, Group A, Group B, and Group C, will make it straight into the World Cup, and then the next 2 best second places will make it into the Interconfederation playoffs, which will be played in Mexico, Monterrey and Guadalajara in March, and they're just waiting for the world in general is just waiting for the Concacaf Qualifiers to be over, and then we'll know almost every nation qualified into the World Cup, every one of them except 6, the 4 UEFA playoff contenders and the 2 from the Interconfederations. Will have the draw early in December 5th to be exact, in Washington, D.C., where we'll know where the playoff winners will stand, but we won't know who they are. Awaiting the 2 best second place for the CONCACAF qualifiers are Iraq, who got the playoff win today for the AFC, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Bolivia from CONMEBOL, and New Caledonia. Those 4 teams will face the 2 teams from CONCACAF. As referees make it into the pitch. Our referee staff for today's game from Puerto Rico for this last match day here in Port-au-Prince, of course, playing at kickoff at 9:05 local time. Every game in the last match day of the qualifying needs to start at exactly the same time, adjusting to their local times. Let's go to national anthem ceremonies here in Trinidad and Tobago. God Save the King for Bermuda, being a British overseas territory. And now the national anthem for Trinidad and Tobago. Forge from the love of liberty, the national anthem for Trinidad and Tobago, southernmost country in the Caribbean. We'll be ready for the coin toss ceremony and to get our game on its way. Trinidad and Tobago, as you've seen, in their home uniforms, in the red and black. Time for the pre-game picture, coin toss ceremony, and we'll be getting our game on its way in about 2.5 minutes. This beautiful stadium, Astley Crawford, opening in June 12th, 1982. This was already a final. Now we're under the Under-17 World Championship still. Round of 16 being played the last couple of days. This stadium hosted the final of the 2001 Under-17 World Championship, by the way. Little over 20,000 seats in the stadium. Captain band being placed on Dante Levrock, the Dandytown player. And we'll be with Kevin Molino, the Defense Force player, for the coin toss. So Bermuda winning, they're going to stay on the right-hand side of the pitch. Our officials today, Jose Torres, Jairo Morales, Pedro Figueroa, and Ismael Cornejo. Our VAR officials, Diego Ojer and Dila Bradley. They're from Guatemala. Jose Torres, Jairo Morales, and Pedro Figueroa from Puerto Rico. The starting 11 for Bermuda with Milay Perot at a goal. Najai Tucker, Legend Simmons on the third, Enrique Russell and Zeko Lewis in the back with Jair Parfit, Keziah Martin, Daniel Cook, Dante Levrock, of course, as the center back, and Harry Tweed. That is the starting 11 for Bermuda. And away we go, the starting lineup for Trinidad and Tobago with Marvin Phillip, Deron Payne, Kobe Henry, Jaren Jackie, Stephen Yates, Nathaniel James, Kevin Molino, the captain, with Ryan Telfer and the rampers set, Real Gill and Noah Powder. The local team playing from left to right on your screen. From right to left, it is Bermuda in the lighter uniform. Whistle, player down For Bermuda, it is none other than Zako Lewis, the 31-year-old. We'll see if we have a replay of any contact. Oh, they're asking, actually. Got tripped, and then the foot kind of got caught a little bit. The tip of the foot, the toes, getting caught, getting dragged, and a little bit of a hyper. Yeah, it's exactly the ankle. It looked like a hyperextension of the ankle. Oh, it's so early for him. Zako Lewis is a midfielder. On the bench, available for Canadian Michael Finley would be Rasir Jones, Reggie Lamb, Riley Robinson, and Roger Lee. The bench for Trinidad Tobago, of course, with a legend Dwight York as the manager. And it's very important that we're getting an injury now, especially because it affects everyone. You've done your warm-up for this. I don't know if we're going to see a sub. He is limping. There's Canadian Michael Finley. We'll see if we need to do a quick sub. Finley, remember, the Winnipeg-born manager, had been in the Canadian coaches national team system. Assisted on the under-17, assisted on the under-20, was an assistant of the men's national team, assisted on the under-23, an interim manager in 2016-2017 of the Canadian national team. Went to Grenada in 2021-2022, just before the Qatar World Cup, and then came to in 2023. York, on the other hand, took the reins of the team in 2024 as the manager in November of 2024 for the last stretch of the second round of qualifying. Got him to the final third round, and unfortunately for him, they will be going home for the Aston Villa legend, and of course, a great career with Manchester United. Won the League Cup with Villa. Won the Premier League and the Champions League with Man U. On the right option. A little bit of a run for Telfer. Finally, they get it to him. The one-on-one for Telfer. Good block. And the back by Cook is going to be a corner kick. The first one for Trinidad and Tobago. The bench for Bermuda with CJ Fubler. They leave. Letcher Bell, Morrison, Blackendall, Jones, Lamb, Robinson, Lee, Thompson, Donawa, and Loganian Clark Jimenez. Right hand up, the signal for Tobago means second post. A little bit too much juice in it. That'll be played out, followed to the back line by Lewis. I'll be Bermuda ball for young goalie Milay Perot. Bermuda don't want it. They're not a team to play it short in the goal kick. Headed back by Trinidad, the header by Payne. Possession trying to be kept by Yates. The steal in the back by Bermuda. Couple ushers in the middle, Tucker. The one-on-one, the shot from afar. Safely in the back, Mr. Marvin Phillip. He's a man, he's 41. The goalie for the Soca boys. On the right with Payne. Let's say back to the middle. Tobago trying to build with a 3 back line. And it's Jackie who sends it back to Philip. In the middle of the recovery by Bermuda. Playing a little bit forward. Cook, you see him just at the half. Don't leave him a lot of space. Being able to be punched back by Perfect Williams. The possession then by Todd. Stolen once again by Bermuda. Options in the box. Todd, the one-on-one. Gets on the bicycle. And easy. In the back for Philip. Good coverage. And the one-on-one by Noah Powder. All the way to red, the one-on-one. The touch in the back by Dwight towards Spiro. In the middle, good steal by Tobago to Spain. And then one-on-one, playing it back to Jackie. Jackie opening to the left. They haven't tried building towards the left, and they get a little bit of pressure. Immediately, just position-wise for Perfect Williams. Not a lot of heavy pressure, but he does play the one in that 3-1 ending of the Bermuda setup. Through the middle, Trinidad Tobago to attack. Good option there with Telfer. Telfer ends up in the middle, now opening by finally to the right to be another option for Yeats. Yeats playing it back to Rampersad. Rampersad all the way back to Jackie. And again towards the middle. Whistle for the referee, Jose Torres. With the call. Just some contact, not bad on Gil, but of course enough to call the foul on Todd. It's going to be a free kick against Powder to put it in play. Henry in the middle, center back. Trying to get through. Will they play short or will they go into the box? Immediately into the box, going for the second post, the header, and in the back of the net! And at minute 8 of the first half, almost minute 9, it is Kobe Henry, the 21-year-old from Real Monarchs in Salt Lake City that puts it in the back of the net, the 1-0 for Trinidad and Tobago, who missed the mark. Well, double responsibility, Dwight. And I think it was Levrock or Cook in front is Levrock. Both center backs just missing the mark, missing the coverage. And it's a great header by Henry, who leaves no option for Milay Perot. First big chance for Trinidad and Tobago. The Soccer Boys convert for the 1-0. No whistle there from the referee. So the assist for Powder. The goal by Henry for the 1-0. A lot of happy faces for Bermuda, and it's understandable. But we do have to appreciate the work they've done to get to this part of the group stage, especially in this qualifier. It's a difficult qualifier, a 3-stage qualifier. Not easy. Bermuda making the most of it on the right. Telfer, opposite, again, oh, missed header. And in the back, Molino couldn't control it to try and get the shot for the second one. Molino on screen, minute 10 here in Port of Spain. As we saw on screen, and not too happy, Michael Finley. The Canadian manager. Trying to make it as a player. Really tried in Scotland, tried in Canada. Couldn't make it, eventually became onto the managerial side of soccer as a director of football development, as a coach. Got involved with the program, then eventually moved them into coaching. Good opportunity here, the one-on-one. Good coverage in the back. Will someone come with help? And it is on the other side, Perfect Williams, who gets the one-on-one. Williams goes back towards Cook. Cook touching towards Martin. Martin goes to the middle, tries to get the shot off. Good coverage by Yeats. Tobago trying for the breakaway. I'm surprised it's not a yellow card by referee Jose Torres, as it was a tactical foul. On the other side, York completed coaching badges close to his retirement. And then eventually started managing for Southern United. Wanted to be hired at Aston Villa, I remember, and Steven Gerrard getting the job then. Eventually became a manager in the A-League in Australia. Remember, he played in Australia before his short stint at Sunderland. Played in Sydney. Was the manager with MacArthur FC. And then succeeded Angus Eve here in Trinidad Tobago. Again, the one-on-one. Now good defense by Dwight, holding on. Beating the challenge. Getting the ball back for Bermuda. Dwight to play it out. Payne can't control it. It's going to be a throw-in for Bermuda. That'll cook the Notts County FC player with the throw-in. Jerry Parfit can't keep possession. Yeats laying it back for the exit by Trinidad and Tobago. Through the middle, beautiful give and go. The opportunity there with Gill and Powder on the left. Getting the throw in for Trinidad and Tobago. There's the captain, Mr. Dante Levrock. Beloved player in Bermuda. Closing in on the 50 cap mark here with Bermuda. On the left, the cut, good defense by Simmons. And eventually rejected from the outside. The hat, and that, ooh, surprise, it's not a whistle there. Player down for Tobago, another counterattack by Bermuda. Russell with the one-on-one has to play it back. Left with no options, and Trinidad and Tobago falling back very quickly to cross any space for the Bermuda team. In the middle with Lewis. Keeps it, sliding from the back in a possession. Stolen by Tobago. Short give and goes to give themselves a little bit of space. Now the very long ball to control. In the front by James. Good touch. A little bit too long. And Perot with the steal as we go around a minute 15. Trinidad Tobago slowing things down a little bit. Rampersad immediately went back. Bermuda falls back, and now leaving Tucker in front. Tucker wasn't the last man, now the last man for Bermuda on the right with Yates. Back towards the middle. Could have been a shot there. And it's going to be played out by Bermuda. Telford with the option there. Decided not to take it. Now Bermuda 2 against 4, 3 against 5, 4 against 6. Always undermanned, and eventually into the cradle arms of Marvin Phillip. For Spain, very involved in today's set of plays as a number to their own pain. And again, the front three for Bermuda, it's not a hard pressure, it's just a little bit in there. On the right, Telfer played it out, recovers it, leaves it to Yates. Towards the middle, a couple give and goes, and now Powder opening to the left. Henry opens it all the way almost to the touchline. Looking for a little bit of space in the middle, good steal by young Harry Dwight. Still in college, Mr. Dwight in Luxborough College. The 1-on-1 for Telfer. Good defense by Cook. Once again, Telfer and Cook. Cook trying not to jump and just trying to send that into traffic. No whistle there, player down. Will Tobago attack on play or played out? They play on, they go through the back. The shot almost deflected. Pyrodynamic, and now we get a whistle for a player down. Player holding their head, always of concern. See the replay in a second. So a young Milai Perot looks, only 21 years of age. It's a forearm into the back of the neck. Young Perot, by the way, part of Notts County. Over in England there, a League 2 team. So out and still looking a little bit shaken, Enrique Russell. Trying to see the reaction, and that's why the trainer was telling, do not follow with your head, follow with your eyes. Check some of the reflex for a possible concussion. Well, going back. Minute 20 here in Port of Spain. Tobago leading with a Henry goal at minute 8. 1-0. Final match there of the final round of the Concacaf Qualifiers. Thank you for joining us here tonight. This is for national pride only for both teams. On the right, Telfer again. Trying to get a little bit of space, he does, but ball doesn't get back to him. On the right, opening. A little bit more space with Yeats. Towards the left, they've had some success there. It's a late kick. Ball out, and it's going to be a foul called on Mr. Zako Lewis. And get on the back. Just a little bit of a touch on Real Gil. Getting the call immediately with the whistle. So another free kick from the left, a little bit further ahead than the one that gave us the goal, but it's going to be Powder again. That puts it in motion. The first post, oh, ball almost got loose there. It's going to be a throw-in. Played that quick by Trinidad Tobago. And they back their own pain. Place it all the way back to Jaren Jackie. Into the box. Good exit by young Milay Perot. Bermuda trying to play that quickly. So we're getting close a little bit past the half of the first half. Enrique Russell has gone through it today. A lot of contact there. With Mr. Russell, one of two players from Pembroke Hamilton Club, his teammate coach Fubler, today on the bench. Martin playing it back to Perot. Holding and waiting as he finally placed it out. A little bit of pressure, just a little bit, from Trinidad and Tobago, and that leaves a little bit of space on the left. Cook couldn't take advantage of it, so they go to top, all the way to the right, and now losing the ball for a goal kick for Tobago. Just weren't quick enough to get to that one, and he did like it, Mr. Najay Tucker. Just couldn't get to it. Payne to play it long. Looking for Yeats. Gets the ball. Can someone go help? Yeats toward the middle. Good coverage by Martin. A little bit of pulling and pushing, but nothing that will get the referee on the whistle. Beautiful through ball. It's a bit of 1-on-1. Good exit by Perot. Hands on his head for Payne. Their own Payne. It wasn't the best position for their own Payne. It was a 1-on-1. It was a beautiful touch for him. It wasn't easy to complete, but nonetheless, not too happy with that one. It's just a great touch by Yeats. Fully winning the back of Parfit Williams. You're being covered by a forward. You better win the duel. Gets into the corner kick again. Rejected, and of course, Milay Perot. There he is, young Milay Perot. Younger than his number. With a good aggressive exit, and that's the way you should exit if you're going to leave your post. Make it quick, make it aggressive. To shut down any space. Peru gets the ball. And he's going to wait to play it out. The Soca boys with a little bit more pressure on the Bermuda exits. Throwing for the local side. Control from the back. Now Bermuda. A little bit of pressure that opens a little bit of space. And again, the through ball. Now to Telfer. Telfer puts it back. Captain Mr. Danta, left rook. Getting the leg up to send it to a corner kick, calming everyone down. I'm here. Captain's here, no need to worry. It's going to be a corner kick. And to play it out, it'll be Nathaniel James. First post rejected by Bermuda, throw-in for Tobago. Cook wanted nothing to do with it. Immediately sent it out. Nathaniel James will turn around, ball loose. And unfortunately, nothing of it. Played it short by Bermuda, but rejected immediately in the second third for Trinidad Tobago. Into the middle, good position for James. No whistle by Jose Torres. Played it out by Martin. Martin opening with lever. Oh, trying to get to it very quickly. Good sliding tackle. And the back by Telfer, Ryan Telfer. Starting today with his teammate Andrew Rampersad. One of the most active. And one of the most hard-playing for Trinidad and Tobago this evening. $15 to go in a half. They shouldn't see a lot of injury time after these first 45. A couple of trainer assistances. Nothing major than maybe a minute. We're being very strict, maybe a couple of minutes. The 2-on-1, and they keep the ball away from Simmons. And very quickly played out by Gill. Plays it forward. Look at the middle. Look towards the middle. It's Telfer again. Couldn't get it to him. What a sprint by Telfer. Then the shot by Captain Molino. The save in the back. Milay Peru has this game 1-0. If it wasn't for the goalie by Bermuda, this would at least be 3-0. Once again, James with a beautiful touch. And the way it had to be for Kevin Molino, just the one-timer, good positioning by Milay Peru to reject it. And once again, Telfer, he didn't get the ball, but we all saw that sprint. by Ryan Telfer. Great game for number 12 today. Rejection is going to be a throw-in for Trinidad and Tobago. They're playing with rhythm. They're playing very quick, very precise long touches, through balls. Good rhythm so far for Trinidad and Tobago. If you're joining us this evening, minute 30, minute 31 now. This final round of the qualifiers. Kobe Henry with the opening goal for Trinidad and Tobago very early at minute 8. For the 1-0, my name is Rodrigo Campo. Appreciate you joining us today. And look, it's just a little bit of positional pressure by Tobago now, turning on the screw by the home team. Don't want to lose position either. The moment Bermuda touches it out of the pressure, touching it back. Good sprint by Payne. Gets it on the right. In the middle, opening. The control by Molino. Molino plays it back. Captain directing traffic from the right-hand side of the pitch. They go all the way to the left. Trying to find a little bit of space. Ampersad staying back now. Touch by Molino towards the middle. Oh, the slap by Nathaniel James. Unfortunately, but Tobago keeps the ball. The shot above the crossbar for Stephen Yeats, the York United player. Great game for him today so far. It's been a good effort all around by the Soca boys, but shining, of course, in this first half. Yeats, for at least for my taste, you would have a better opinion, of course, at home. Yeats and Telfer. It's a great all-around effort by all 11, but those two catching our eyes in this first half. Can Bermuda recover it? Good sliding tackle on the back. Playing it back to Philip. Philip quickly wants no trouble with it towards Molino. Couple options and it's Payne who's gonna play it out from the back. Try to put it in the middle is Twite. With the rejection for Bermuda. It's a beautiful thing to hear. The horns and the drums in the stands. It's going to be played out by the captain, Mr. Dante Levrock. Now switching, it's going to be Perot to play it out. Wide in the middle. And once again back to Bermuda. Good challenge. But in the end, James can't get to the loose ball. Dwight to play it on the left. Parfait Williams. Playing back, you see immediately the 4 in the back for Trinidad and Tobago. 1 all the way to the point. James now going back to play it out. Good opportunity here. Can someone get to it? Can someone get through the middle? A couple of sprints. And unfortunately, the steal by Bermuda. Laverick to play it out. With the long ball, just a little bit too long. It's going to be a goal kick for Trinidad and Tobago. we've seen a certain uneasiness today with Dwight York. He knows they could have a little bit more. Look at that young man in number 22, Milapero. Great game for Bermuda's goalie today, and has kept them with only one on the score sheet today. On the left, the one-on-one. Good opportunity here for Bermuda. Just gets bogged down in traffic. Parfait Williams now on the right, into the box. No one to get to it. It's going to be a throw-in for Trinidad and Tobago. Group right now, Curacao and Jamaica drawing a 0-0. Curacao would go into the World Cup. Jamaica will go into the Intercontinental Playoff. And Trinidad and Tobago would have 9 points in this effort in the last stage of qualifier. For Concacaf, Bermuda would unfortunately go home with no points. Remember, Jamaica would have to beat Curacao to take their spot. But the way the group had developed, it is guaranteeing that second place in this group will go to the Intercontinental Playoff to be played in Guadalajara and Monterrey in Mexico, next to Iraq, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Bolivia, and New Caledonia. Explain the format later on in the broadcast. As we get here, a little bit of a touch. And in the back for Philip. Remember the World Cup drawing, December 5th in Washington, D.C. We will not have ball accident. It's going to be a corner kick for Bermuda. We will not have 6 teams. The 2 from the Intercontinental Playoff. Oh, that's a big pet peeve of mine. It's not touching the line, by the way. It's going to get put in play, but that ball's not touching the line. It's missing it by nothing. Second post, the header from the back. Little bit of danger for Bermuda as that the left ruck made his way from the top of the box to try and get that header in. Now, of course, after doing that play once in the game, now Trinidad and Tobago to be on the lookout for any of the header threats. Standing outside the box and coming in with a little bit of speed, like Dante Lefrock did just then. Trinidad and Tobago again, but in danger. Well played, defense-wise, by Simmons. Good opportunity there in the one-on-one for Real Gil. Couldn't get anything behind it. That final playoff, by the way, would get a seed from 1 to 6. Based on the FIFA Men's World Ranking. Number 1 and number 2 go straight into the finals. And then on the other side, seed number 3, 4, 5, and 6 play one game, and then the winner of those games will play the number 1 and 2 seeds in the tournament. 3 teams go to Monterrey, 3 teams go to Guadalajara. And the winners make it into the FIFA World Cup. Date still to come for those games, exact dates, times, etc. for that and the UEFA qualifiers. UEFA finishing its qualifying process today. It is Concacaf the last. The last shall be the first, right? Concacaf, the last to finish their qualifying process. The world awaits the results to know which 3 teams will be qualified into the World Cup. And then in March, we will know the last 6. 2 from the Intercontinental Playoff. Advantage given by the referee in that contact, then 4 from UEFA on the right. Telfer once again the one-on-one, cuts inside Cook. Into the middle. Gives it up for James. The shot from the back! Deflected by Perro. What would Bermuda do tonight without Milai Perro? And Real Gil just looking towards the sky saying, what is it I need to do to beat him tonight? Two very young players, Gil 22, Perrault 21. It's going to be a corner kick for Trinidad Tobago. Played it out in front of the box. Into the middle. The set play will get him. Another throw-in at minute 43 of action. Just good positioning by Perrault. I understand what Gil was trying to do. Put it next to the opposite post. And honestly, all evening, Perrault with great positioning. Which obviously, as a goalie, good positioning gives you a big start and advantage in trying to make the save. And it has worked so far for Perrault. Very difficult to save the header to score the opening goal. Laverick to put it in motion. Playing it back to Dwight. That is a good beat coming from the stands. It's a party here in Trinidad and Tobago in Port of Spain. Go quick play, and now, oh, look at the sprint by Telfer. Look at the sprint by Telfer. Can they get to him? He held on to be behind the ball, and it's Dwight from the back. It went by Perrault. And Harry Dwight from the back, sending it out. Good cut by Gil. Oh, no. He thought he had his first one. Just a little bit of an outstretched leg from one Mr. Harry Dwight to send it out, and this is out. And you saw Telfer again, the effort he's putting on today. Big sprint. Waited on the ball. They were behind the defenders. He was behind the ball to make himself an option on a beautiful play by Real Gil, but unfortunately comes to naught with a beautiful save by Harry Dwight. Headed back towards Philip. Only 1 minute. Thought we wouldn't get a lot of interventions. 1 or 2 minutes at the most. It'll be 1 minute. Good, hard-fought, entertaining game today from Port-au-Prince. A little bit more pressure. Oh, look at the ring, chucking it down to it now. That is what the Caribbean will do. I don't know where the shot goes for the back. I don't know where. Oh, it's a good thing the first half's almost over. Look at the stance, everyone. Leaving it's a big storm. And in Port of Spain as the whistle comes from referee Jose Torres. Well, it's good that we're finishing the first half. It is 1-0 after 45 minutes of play. It is the Caribbean, so the storm hopefully passes quickly. And as it's chucking it down, we go to halftime. The early score at minute 8 for Mr. Kobe Henry has us 1-0. Trinidad and Tobago beating Bermuda after 45 minutes of play. Match day 6 for the Concacaf Qualifiers. Final match day of the third phase of qualifying from Port of Spain, Trinidad and Tobago, hosting Bermuda. Action coming in quickly from the first whistle. Maybe Bermuda with the first warning salvos with Nejay Tucker. The shot into the hands of Marvin Phillip. Then, at minute 8, a beautiful serve, the assist, Nathan Powder. To puts it in the air, Noah Powder, and the header from Kobe Henry. The defender, nothing to do. For Milay Pereira went to the ball, and they just switched it to the other post. In that beautiful header. For the first and only goal so far in the game. Not for lack of trying. Beautiful through ball, the 1-on-1. For Payne, good exit by Milay Pereira. Payne couldn't believe that coulda, shoulda, woulda been the second one of the game. And then this beautiful through ball for Telfer. Telfer holds it! Saw the oncoming Nathaniel James, good defending in the back by Bermuda. And then this one, the one touch, the one-timer for Kevin Molino, the captain. Loved the pass, but once again, Milay Pereira safe in the back. On the right, Bermuda just couldn't get someone to close it out, and that is the bench of the Bermuda national team today. Managed by Canadian Michael Finley. Couple of headers there. An opportunity again for Bermuda. The shot, and we were saying Real Gil came up late in the first half. Had that opportunity, had the second opportunity, and just wondering what he needed to do to beat Milay Pereira. It is 1-0 after 45. And the stats from the first half: 9 shots for Trinidad and Tobago, 4 for Bermuda, 6 on target for the locals, only 2 for Bermuda. For fouls, couple of offsides for Tobago, and the good line play in the back for Bermuda. 7 corner kicks though, and 67.3% possession for Trinidad and Tobago. players entering the pitch for the second half of football. Thank you for joining us here today from beautiful Hazley Crawford Stadium in Port-au-Prince in Trinidad and Tobago. It is the 6th and final match day for the Concacaf Qualifiers. Big storm just before the whistle. And now, storm is gone. That is the Caribbean for you. Storm is gone. Group B at the moment would be led by Curaçao with 12 points. They would go straight into the World Cup. Jamaica would go on to the Interconfederation playoffs. Trinidad and Tobago would be finishing with 9 points in third. Bermuda in fourth with no points. We'll see if there's any subs for the second half. It appears that we will not get any subs in the free window of halftime. Good for the game, good for the crowd. The storm went out very, very quickly today. And we are ready for the second half of football. Here's the whistle, and away you go for the second half of football. Thank you for joining us today. The last match day of the qualifiers for CONCACAF. Trinidad and Tobago in the local red and black, playing from right to left. Bermuda playing from left to right on your screen. My name is Rodrigo El Campo. Early goal for Trinidad and Tobago to put him ahead. Kobe Henry at minute 9. Putting a via header in the back of the net for the opening salvo. So the line is on screen. Nothing has changed for either team. No subs for this second half, starting just with the starting 11. So everyone keeping their 5 subs and no one taking advantage of the free window of halftime. Corner kick to the second post, oncoming header. But rejected by Bermuda, recovered. In the back, the touch with Real Gil to the other side of the box. Pursued by Ryan Telfer. It's going to be a corner kick. Still a little bit of rain there. And it's going to be Ryan Telfer with the corner kick. Towards the middle of the goal. Rampersad can't really get any power behind it. Oh, player down to left for the captain. I think he got headed on the attempt. See the replay shortly. Referee asking if he needs assistance. He needs assistance. Yeah, there's some contact in the head. Can see it that clear as the camera was panning. That is a technical issue with any camera in the world, by the way. If you bring a blur called motion blur. Discussions on the bench for Michael Findley. And assistants took over the Bermuda national team in 2023. In August, will he still be here for the next cycle towards the 2030 World Cup? We shall see. On the other side, of course, Dwight York. Will he finish his cycle or stay aboard with Trinidad and Tobago? In the middle, playing out. Good touch by Kevin Molina towards the middle for Stephen Yates. Yates opening to the right. It is Ryan Telfer. In the one-on-one into the box. Kicked out. Saw hands up by Kevin Molina. Kevin Molina didn't love that the ball didn't go through him. Through the middle, Seiko Lewis. They couldn't get the ball to him. And Bermuda has to go all the way back steal. But Tobago, but they're going to keep the possession in the back. Again, a little bit of pressure. Hands up for Najay Tucker. Going into the middle with Enrique Russell. Russell being held by Kobe Henry, the man with the goal. Good coverage on Russell. The shot from the back. The save by Marvin Phillip. The touch again. Another save for Marvin Phillip. Crowd goes wild with a double save. And look. Oh, the reaction from Micah Finley. He thought he had the equalizer. For Bermuda, this is about scoring 1 point. It's been a great effort for them, and I don't want that to be overshadowed. As we see the first Phillips save, and then Simmons puts it in the middle, and then a second save, and the touch by Najay Tucker. There's Finley sick with himself. Even if the qualifying ends up like this, with Bermuda with no points, this is a developing soccer nation, and it should not be overshadowed what it took to get to this third and final qualifying stage for Bermuda. A great game. I had the honor to call that game Cuba Bermuda. Bermuda won 2-1 to make it into this third and final stage of qualifying. It hasn't worked out for them. But even if they finish with no points, it shouldn't be overshadowed. The great effort and the great play that it took to get into this position in the third and final round of qualifying for Concacaf. Ramping it up again a little bit here in Port of Spain. Trinidad Tobago plays it from the back. Into the middle immediately. Casella Martin with the steal in Bermuda. Go to front, looking for the through ball. Najay Tucker with a good touch that was interrupted in the back by Jaron Jackie. Into the box. Deflected in the back by Ram Prasad. Now playing it out with Ryan Telfer. Telfer with the steal is Seiko Lewis. Through the middle of John Simmons. With the exits, options on both sides on the left. He has Kevin Molino. And Real Gil goes to Gil. Gil gets some space. Couldn't get quite the English he wanted. On the shot. So I mean, Milai Peru to play it out. Rain coming back down again. Still a little better than what he had at the end of the first half. Was really chucking it out there those last 2-3 minutes of the first half. Looking for Keziah Martin. Martin has LeJohn Simmons. On the right, decides to go to the middle to Najay Tucker. Tucker ends up falling, and then a foul on the Jar Parfit. Number 11 in the back for Bermuda. going to be Keziah Martin on the right as we get into play. With Daniel Cook, who is he going to? Looking for options, then on the right. Looking for the ball, the through ball. The love for LeJon Simmons. Couldn't keep possession. They got a clean shot, a little bit of a shoulder. Referee says shoulder to shoulder. No foul as Daniel Cook just goes with a little bit of a rough touch in the one-on-one. Trinidad Tobago with the exit playing from the back. Options everywhere for Tobago. Playing it back to Real Gill, no powder. In the front goes a little bit of a touch from the defender, and then in the back, easy. Formula Perro. Let's see quickly with that to left rock. Following the ball out. Kobe Henry to the little bit of correction in the back from his teammates. Maybe wanting the goal scorer to get to it, trying to keep possession instead of giving Bermuda the throw in. As you see, Kobe Henry, as we round out a minute 55, 10 played of the second half, with the only goal of the game, 1-0 for Trinidad and Tobago. The throw bounces in the back of Jerry Jackie. A position kept by Bermuda. The shot with the left for Zayco Lewis. It's been all Bermuda the second half. It's a difficult touch for Lewis. Well defended there in the sequence by Noah Powder. Oh, look again, the reaction. He knows, Michael Finley knows that it's coming. Opening to the left with Kobe Henry. Up front with Kevin Molino, the captain. Plays it toward the middle. Nathaniel James can't get out of it, but Trinidad and Tobago keeps the possession. Molino. Into the middle. The back line falling back, options for Trinidad and Tobago. And in the end, it's Ryan Telfer with the touch that goes just a little bit wide of the right post. Just a little bit of a push to get Daniel Cook out of position. And then open for the shot. Down to left rock. Our captain trying to cheer the team on. Still in the middle by Trinidad and Tobago. The quick pass. And it's 3 versus 3. The shot from the back, just wide of target for Ryan Telfer. Look at the reaction by York. I don't know if he didn't like the Telfer. Didn't look for another option. He had a couple of teammates close by. It's a good touch. You see Real Gill coming from the back, but decided to play it out stolen by Trinidad and Tobago. Molino opening to Real Gill. The steal by Zayco Lewis. Covered in the back by Noah Powder to start it off again. Kevin Molino to Gill. Ramper said it has to go all the way back. Maybe they'll try. On the right-hand side, the pressure from Daniel Cook is immediately through looking for Ryan Telfer. Minute 60. On the clock, 30 goals still. The minute 8 goal for Henry Essel's 1-0. And now the touch. Marvin Phillip fumbles the ball. And Nejai Tucker puts it in the back of the net for the equalizer. The minute 60 goal for Nejai Tucker. Finally, Bermuda breaking through. They had several opportunities at the beginning of the second half. And just as Trinidad Tobago was starting to get a little bit more play. Oh, Philip is sick with himself. Gonna see a couple of subs. So Real Gill is out for Wayne Frederick. And Kale Avre going in for Ryan Telfer. I'm surprised that Telfer's going out, honestly. So those are the two subs. Telfer out, Gill out, Frederick and Avre in. Here's the replay. The shot from the back, and it just goes under Phillips's goal. Was it touched before? I don't think it was deflected. I just think he didn't see it. Oh, just completely on Phillip. It goes to the legs of Jackie. But it's not deflected. Oh, that should have been Phillips. That should have been his ball. But it's 1-1. Bermuda and Trinidad Tobago. Trainers on the pitch. As John Simmons touching his ribs. We got a couple on the elbow there. So it's going to be played out by Noah Powder. Powder, well, place it to the stands as LeJohn Simmons goes back into the game. Always. Dwight York is not a happy camper today. You saw him upset the moment the second half started. Bermuda going all in. And then eventually getting the equalizer. the middle of the pitch, Enrique Russell trying to get possession. The one-on-one, good push from the back by Jerry and Jackie. For Jerry Parfit trying to get possession there. For Bermuda. It's going to be a corner kick for the visiting side. Rain picking up a little bit more. It's going to be Zayko Lewis to put it in play. Right hand up. Header back. And in the back of the net, Bermuda goes ahead. It was in the back of the net, and now the foul is called on Jay Parfit. It looked like the go-ahead goal. I think VR officials are going to call it back. We didn't get, I could see offside being called. The referee didn't call offside. Hand wasn't up. He pointed towards the middle, towards the half line. And Jar Parfit we didn't see anyone disallow it, and it will be a 2-1 for Bermuda. So Bermuda coming back. And now the one-on-one, and at the back of the net! Nathaniel James gets one back. Quick for Trinidad and Tobago. The touch doesn't look like it's offside. And in the one-on-one, Perot did what he could. And just puts it in the back of the net. The finish is beautiful. What a heel touch. I believe from Wayne Frederick II. To get it in motion, Perot exits when he can. And he goes in the back of the net for Trinidad and Tobago. What a sequence. Nathaniel James with the second one for Trinidad and Tobago. So it is 2-1 for Trinidad and Tobago at minute 68 into the box. Punched out by Mila Perot. It's going to be a sub for Bermuda. Zayko Lewis out of the game. Jace Donawa from Somerset Cricket Club into the pitch. And just to make it clear, the Jair Parfit shot called back as an offside. We didn't see the referee signal offside. Never saw the hand straight up. We saw the hand pointing towards the middle. Ended up being called offside for Bermuda. So 2-1 for Trinidad and Tobago. Paying to get the throw in. On the left, the exit by Bermuda. Can Bermuda get the equalizer? As there's 20 minutes left. Group B, by the way, no movement between Curacao and Jamaica. So Curacao will be going to the World Cup straight. Jamaica would be the best second place at the moment and will go into the interconference playoffs. Parfait to put it in motion. Into the box, headed out by the defense. Levrock with the possession opening towards the right to John Simmons. And the ball in the inside, nothing for Chase Donawa. First touch for Donawa. Put it into the box, and it looks like the rain stopped. All of a sudden, another sub. And it's going to be Andrew Raymond for Noah Powder. Third sub for Trinidad and Tobago. Second window used for one Mr. Dwight York. There he is, manager. Legend for the Soca boys. The 2-on-1, Trinidad and Tobago going hard. Flag up, it's going to foul on Bermuda. Andrew Todd on the ground, the right ankle. Oh, he's frustrated. He felt something. The Santos player must be taken out and looked outside. Oh, we see that frustration when something just doesn't feel right and you want to keep playing. Marvin Phillip trying to set everyone up. It's going to be Keziah Martin to play it up. Are you asking for it to be played a little further back? Is there a signal for a set play here? 2 hands up. Into the box looking for the header. Almost taken as a corner kick. So recovery in the back. For Bermuda, the through ball looking for Keziah Martin. Trinidad and Tobago recovering. Then to Levrock with a foul. To play it out, Andrew Raymond. First touches of the game. He had a switch to Dwight York, position by position. All 3 subs. Out for Raymond, Frederick, and Aubrey. A couple of midfielders and a defender. So position by position in the subs. Game slowing down after that wild sequence. about 10 minutes ago now. A little bit more calm on both sides. Simmons trying to play it out. The steal by Trinidad Tobago, the opportunity. 3-on-4 and almost getting the shot off. The recovery, the shot, nothing. For Trinidad Tobago, Jace Donawa had a couple opportunities. Number 14. Young player, the 18-year-old, which is now a fairly good third. And it's going to be a corner kick for Trinidad and Tobago. Trainers and medical staff in. Cramps already hurting the Bermuda team. It's very humid today. It's not the hottest day. 78 as of 10 p.m., so 40 minutes ago. 10 p.m. local in Trinidad and Tobago. But it is very, very warm. So Andre on the Todd stepping out, and we saw a couple of subs ready for Trinidad and Tobago, which will be the last subs of the game for them. Oh, so unfortunately Todd is out. Roger Lee into the game due to injury then, and on the Todd out of the game. So from the back, and look at the pressure immediately by Trinidad Tobago, but Bermuda perseveres. A bit of hard touch there with Enrique Russell. The through ball. Touched back a little bit of a hat there for Kevin Molino. The clearance by Bermuda, but recovery by Trinidad and Tobago. 13 minutes to go. On the right, throws the back. Ball is loose. A lot of confusion. Cleared out, but Tobago, Trinidad and Tobago, keeps the possession. Playing to Kobe Henry. Who plays it to Jaren Jackie. A little bit of a scare by Bermuda. Things pretty much settled back again for Trinidad and Tobago. On the left, Caliafre trying to go into the middle with John Simmons. With the defense and sending it towards corner kick. Final subs. Ramper said. For Daniel David, and Daniel Phillips will also go into the pitch, him for Stephen Yates. So Andrew Ampersand and Stefan Yates out. And that completes the 5 subs. For Trinidad and Tobago, Kelly Offrey, Wayne Frederick, Dan David, Dan Phillips, and Andrew Raymond. The steal in the back, touch back. And open to Jace Donawa. Donawa towards the other side. Trying to get the one-on-one. Final 10, and it feels like Trinidad and Tobago just trying to put an exclamation point on today's proceedings. The one-on-one, gets on his bicycle. Tries for the through ball, looking for Dejar Parfait. It's going to be a throw for Bermuda to put it in play. Didn't cook. Played it short now. They'll cook again into the box. Rejected. Good defensive play by Wayne Frederick. The one-on-one, Darren Payne. Scoring the ball out to get the throw in. And to go, it feels like Bermuda is not gonna get every sub in. Kelly Bray forward towards Andrew Raymond. In the middle for Daniel David. To the right, Frederick into the middle. Towards Molino. Molino again with the possession. The through ball with Frederick. Can't keep possession. Already 1 assist for the Colorado Rapids player. Colorado Rapids 2 in the lower division in the U.S. Raymond touching it forward. Toward Kelly Offrey. Recovered by Bermuda in the middle. The steal. Good, solid steal by Daniel Phillips. On the right, beautiful touch for Kobe Henry. The one-on-one in the middle. Try to play it off. Kevin Molina Bermuda with the short clearance. Phillips opening all the way to the left for Andrew Raymond. Raymond with opportunity, cleared in the back by Dante Leverick, follows it towards Kelly Ovray. It is a corner kick that Ovray will play quick. 7 minutes to go. On the left, Ovray. Towards the middle. Bermuda to play it out. Fortunate for Bermuda. Couldn't adapt after that good start of the second half. Couldn't really adapt the rest of the game. Ovray. On the left, the one-on-one. Gets another corner kick. And on the ground with John Simmons. The referee asking Simmons to step outside. He went down. He's not going to give him assistance, but he is going to ask him to step outside. As the trainers go up to him. Corner kick to the second post. Very far away from anything Molino. Can keep possession, throw in. For Bermuda as we finish minute 85. 8 seconds away from completing it. Another sub then. Enrique Russell out of the game for the Devon and Thompson, and LeJon Simmons for Eusebio Blackendall. Four subs total for Bermuda. And now Logan Jimenez for Jerry Parfit, and that completes the 5 subs. For Bermuda, so Logan Jimenez, Eusebio Blackendall, Roger Lee, Jason Awa, and Donovan Thompson. For the visitors, Henry with the opening goal, Russell pulling Trinidad Tobago out, even 1-1. And then a very quick answer from Nathaniel James at minute 66, 6 minutes later. After an overturned goal due to offside. For Bermuda, it looked like Bermuda was going to be up 2-1, and then that became the 2-1 for Trinidad and Tobago. Shouldn't see a lot of added time too. Just the subs. I'm guessing around 4 or 5 minutes. On the right, the 1-on-1. Good exit by their own pain. Playing it back. And again with their own pain. It's going to be played all the way back. Trinidad Tobago just trying to finish the game ahead. On the left, Kelly Ovray. Plays it back to Kevin Molino. In the middle with Daniel Phillips. Phillips opens towards Daniel David. Their own pain. And when Frederick. Frederick into the box. Into the box. The turnaround by Nathaniel James, going to get control of it. Originally, and then coughed it up. didn't get the clear shot he wanted. Good opportunity by Trinidad Tobago. Crowd thinking it's going to be the third. Deflected, going to be a corner kick again. Good game for Wayne Frederick, coming in as a sub. Lapero sending it towards corner kick throwing for Trinidad and Tobago. So we round out the last minute of regulation time. Player down. It's Kelly Avery who just, excuse me, it's Nathaniel James with the cramps. Bermuda trying to get at least 1 point in the qualifying once again. I don't think this should. Let's see how many minutes. I don't think this should. 3 minutes. What happened in the third one for Bermuda? Shouldn't be above what they did. Good effort to get into the third and final round of qualifying. Unfortunately, it didn't go their way. They're going to leave with no points. They are the only team in the qualifiers to leave with no points. At the moment, Nicaragua would have 4 at the bottom of Group C. El Salvador with 3 at the bottom of Group A. But it's a great effort to get into the spot. And Trinidad and Tobago, unfortunately for them, the last match is the one before this, the one that sealed their fates here at home, drawing 1-1 versus Jamaica. It's a good result in and of itself, especially because the group's going to be won by Curaçao. And they drew him in both games. 0-0 here, 1-1 in Curaçao, which opened the door in Jamaica, honestly, to try and win the group today versus Curaçao. They're 0-0 at the moment, and Curaçao would go into the World Cup. Couldn't get the win versus Jamaica, that win. Had they won that game, with a win today, it would have had they would have been into at least the Intercontinental playoffs, and I mean, Curaçao would have played it differently. A tie for them is enough. But then if Curaçao would have gotten the draw, then we would have go to goal difference, and at least it would have been the tiebreakers for Trinidad and Tobago. We'll see if they keep the process alive. With Dwight York, we'll see what Bermuda Finley. Tomorrow is always a tough day. The day after qualify, it's always a tough day for every national team and coach. A lot of people looking to move on. A lot of people. We'll see what happens with these two nations. Made a valiant effort during qualifiers. Couple seconds left, we'll see. Referee will probably whistle it very quickly. There it is, 3 minutes down. Quick whistle by Jose Torres and Trinidad and Tobago. With the minute 9 goal by Henry, the minute 66 goal by James. Beats Bermuda 2-1. The Tucker Russell goal at minute 60. For Bermuda, and they will finish third and fourth in Group B of the qualifiers. Trinidad Tobago with 9 points, unfortunately for Bermuda. They go home after losing their 6 games. In the qualifiers, the hug between Michael Finley on the left, Dwight York on the right of our screens in the white. Hard fought and competitive game. Nathaniel James is spent. It's been a long qualifying effort for them, and at least they get the win. So Trinidad Tobago beating Bermuda 2-1 in Port of Spain. From Hazley Crawford Stadium in Trinidad and Tobago, playing host to Bermuda, match day 6 of the Concacaf Qualifiers. Third and final round of qualifiers, last match day. Teams already eliminated from contention of the World Cup and the playoffs, but nonetheless looking for the win. Cubby Henry with a beautiful header early in the game, minute 9, to put it in the back of the net for the 1-0. Nothing to do for Milay Perrault, the Bermuda goalie. And they would keep a lot of action on that side. The one-on-one for their own pain. Couldn't shake Perrault off. Perrault with a good exit, aggressive, to keep the score 1-0. And then this from the back, down to left ruck, leg up to send it to a corner kick. Trinidad and Tobago again. Through the middle, the one-timer for Kevin Molino, the save for Milay Perrault. Bermuda looking for some opportunities. The touch on the right, no one to close it out. Looking for the Jar Perfect on the other side of the pitch. And then this one by Trinidad and Tobago. Beautiful shot by Real Gill. And a good save for Milay Perrault. Second half now. And Bermuda with the shot, the save by Phillip. And then another save by Phillip. Going for the splits there, almost like a hockey goalie. And trying to get the save. And then this, trying to get the bend, Real Gill on the shot. The one-on-one and just a bit ahead of the post for Ryan Telford. Good, great half. Great first half, excuse me, for Ryan Telford, who couldn't really do much in the second 45 minutes. Bermuda would get the equalizer eventually, in this, a big mistake by Marvin Phillip. Touched it and send it back. Tucker to put it in the back of the net, number 5. For the equalizer. And then this looked like it was the go-ahead goal. Referee pointed towards the other side as if it was a goal. But unfortunately for them, would eventually be called an offside. And then a few minutes later, the one-on-one, and Nathaniel James puts it in the back of the net for the final goal of the evening, 2-1. What a touch by Wayne Frederick, by the way. got a great second half in Trinidad Tobago with the win 2-1 here versus Bermuda, closing out their qualifying campaign in third spot of Group B.